Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick update video on my experience so far living in Manjaro KDE on my main production machine here at home. 5 days in. I installed Manjaro KDE on the 28th of December 2017, and today is January 1st 2018. Happy New Year, guys. So I'm about 5 days in, and I just wanted to give you my experiences so far, which have been for the most part positive. So you guys that watched my Living in Manjaro Day 1 video, you guys know I had a pretty major gripe about the KDE panel here at the bottom. I have the icons only taskbar here. I really like the icons only taskbar, but I was having problems where the icons only taskbar would break every time I opened a program called GUVC View. GUVC View is my webcam program. It's what I'm here in right now. You see my head and me talking. This is GUVC View. It is that program that's running right here. Anytime I open this program, it would break this icons only taskbar. You would click these icons and programs other than what you think you were clicking on would open up. So that was real annoying because I use GUVC View all the time to make these videos. Every time I make a video, I open this program. Every time I open this program, it's going to break the icons only taskbar at the bottom of the screen. And I mentioned I was going to, try to file a bug and see what's going on with that. Well, I didn't need to. I was able to solve the problem myself about an hour or so after I'd made that video. I had noticed, you guys, I didn't mention this in my previous video, but I live in a triple monitor setup. I have 3 monitors here. All you guys ever see is the second of the 3 monitors. It's the only screen I record, but I've got 3 monitors. I've got a KDE panel on each of the monitors, and I've got that icons only taskbar on all 3 of those panels. Well, when you adjust the height of the panels manually, like with your mouse, like if I unlock the panel here, let me go ahead, unlock widgets, and let's see. Panel settings, and I can drag and adjust the height, but you have no idea the exact pixels that you're adjusting the panel height to. And that was causing a problem because all 3 panels were at a slightly different height than the others. When I went into the config folder, so if you open up Dolphin and go to your home folder and then go to the hidden .config folder, you'll find Plasma Shell RC, a file called Plasma Shell RC in your .config folder. And it has settings for all my panels. Well, when I manually set them all to be the same pixel height, now when I open GUVC View, nothing breaks the icons only taskbar. Everything just works. So as long as I have the panels set all to the same height, it solves that problem. So that's one bug taken care of. The next thing I really wanted to adjust on my desktop, I didn't mention it in my Day 1 video because it really hadn't bugged me enough at that point, but the pager, for your virtual desktops here, desktop 2, desktop 3, desktop 1. I didn't like the way this was set up by default. Again, I'm on a triple monitor setup, so each of these 3 virtual desktops here that are represented in the panel were actually 3 times wider than what they're set to now, because each little pane showed everything open on all 3 monitors. I set this to only show the current screen I'm on now, to only show windows that are open on the current screen that I'm viewing now. And that made that pager much smaller. Otherwise, it takes up 3 times as much space on the panel here. And it was kind of annoying. I really didn't need to see all that information anyway, what's open on, the 3rd monitor on the 2nd virtual desktop or whatever. Really, if you're going to give me a representation of windows open, just show me what's open right in front of me. So that was easy to set. You just right click on the pager here, go to pager settings, Yeah, and I ticked on this, only the current screen. By default, this is ticked off. And if you're using a multi-monitor system, the pager is going to try to display all of your monitors, in each of these virtual desktops. So that can be kind of annoying. At least it was for me. Now, when I had that problem with the icons only taskbar, with opening GUVC view and it breaking the icons only taskbar, initially I thought, well, you know what, I'll just find some other webcam program to use when I make these videos other than GUVC view. So there's not really a lot of good webcam programs out there for Linux. The only good alternative I've found to GUVC view is a program called VocoScreen. VocoScreen was not in the Arch repositories. It is, though, in the AUR, the Arch user repositories. So I went ahead and I installed Yaourt, Y-A-O-U-R-T, Yaourt. It's a AUR helper to help you install, programs found in the Arch user repository, the AUR. So I went ahead and installed Yaourt, and I used Yaourt to install VocoScreen. But once I figured out, adjusting the panel height correctly, fixed the GUVC view problem, I really like using GUVC view, so I went ahead and uninstalled VocoScreen pretty quickly. Although it would have worked, VocoScreen's a pretty cool program. So I still really haven't used the Arch user repositories yet on this system. Again, I installed VocoScreen, but then I immediately removed it. So I'm still using programs from the official Arch repos. I haven't played around a lot with the AUR on this machine. Again, because it's my physical production machine instead of a virtual machine, I'm going to try not to install, anything from the AUR unless I really need it. Installing things from the AUR in Arch, or PPAs and something like Ubuntu, there's always a risk with that because they're not from the official repos. They haven't been checked, for security, and these are community contributed packages. Anybody can contribute a package and put it in a PPA or put it in the Arch AUR. So there's always some potential for some security issues with that. You never know, what you're really installing. One thing I did want to install, and I actually did install it, that's not in the official Arch repos. I wanted to install Discord. Discord is not in the Arch repos, but it is in the AUR. And as I said, I was trying not to install too much stuff from the AUR. I really haven't installed anything from the AUR yet. So this got me to thinking, snaps and Flatpak. I've used snaps a pretty good bit. I haven't used Flatpak much. So I went ahead and, just decided to install Flatpak on Manjaro here. So sudo, pacman-s Flatpak or whatever, and installed Flatpak, and then ran a Flatpak command to install Discord. And I actually did install Discord here, using a Flatpak. So that's pretty cool. And because of snaps and Flatpak and how easy they are to set up on Manjaro here, I really don't have to play around with the AUR if I don't want to. Conversely, for those of you that don't want to play around with snaps or Flatpak, it's really not needed on a Arch-based distro either, because of most of these are found in the AUR if you want to go that route. So pretty cool that we have options here. Alright, one more thing I want to mention. You guys know on my previous machine here, on my previous Linux install, I was running the OpenBox window manager. I've been an OpenBox user since the very beginning when I started with Linux. I just love the customizable right-click menu, the pipe menus, how minimal setting up something like OpenBox is. You just build it into whatever you want to build it. So, living in KDE, I found a little widget called Plasma Desktop Custom Menu. Plasma Desktop Custom Menu gives me a customizable right-click menu, very similar to what I was using in OpenBox. It's a little slower than the OpenBox menu. OpenBox menus just instantly open. These have some delays, some little animations to them. which I wish I could find a way to turn that off. I'm not sure if I can or not. Let me show you how to configure this right-click menu though. If I go to Configure Desktop, alright, when you go to Configure Desktop, choose Mouse Actions, and after you've got the Plasma Desktop Custom Menu installed, right button in the drop down here, choose Custom Desktop Menu, and to edit this right-click menu, you click this Customize icon here, and basically it's a plain text file. Very easy to figure out how to use it. You know, you give the name of the application you want to appear in the menu. You give a location of the icon, you know, the icon you want to use. And it doesn't have to be, you know, program names. You can actually run like shell commands, terminal commands, you know. For example, I created some custom menus here for my music player. I installed Clementine on here. I removed Cantata that was on here. Cantata looked like it was a pretty nice music player, but it was an MPD music player, and I didn't want to go through the trouble of setting that up. I mean, I've used MPD before, but I just wanted a standard, fully functional music player, and I really like Clementine. Clementine's awesome. But anyway, I've got this music player menu I created, and in the menu I have Clementine here, which just launches Clementine, but then I have these custom commands: play, pause, stop, previous, next, volume up, volume down. And this runs, you know, basically terminal commands. Play, for example, it would be the same as me running from a command prompt, the command Clementine space dash dash play, which just launches Clementine and plays whatever track it's on. Same thing with pause here. It's the same as me running from a command line, Clementine space dash dash pause, which pauses the track currently playing. So that's pretty cool that I can create this custom music player menu. I also created this custom menu here for VirtualBox. This is all the virtual machines I have installed on my hard drive right now. This launches each individual virtual machine without me having to, you know, open VirtualBox the normal way and then choosing from a list the virtual machine I want to open from that. I can just knock that first step out of the way. I don't have to open VirtualBox initially. I just can click directly on any of these virtual machines and they open. So that's pretty cool. Now in OpenBox, I had this VirtualBox menu here set up as a pipe menu. I had a little shell script that dynamically created this menu for me. Every time I created a virtual machine, it would automatically add that virtual machine to the menu for me. Every time I deleted a virtual machine, it would delete it from the menu for me. There are no dynamically created pipe menus in KDE here. I actually have to manually edit this menu. So that is a minor annoyance, but it's one I can live with. I'm really glad that I have this right-click menu though. Again, it's kind of what I was used to before, so it makes this transition to KDE a little smoother for me. Anyway, that's just a quick update. 5 days into Manjaro, and really I haven't played around that much in it. Manjaro KDE is set up to just work really out of the box. I haven't really done that much customization to the desktop or anything. I mean, I've played around with a few settings like on day one, and you know, a few more since then, but for the most part it just works. So, and I'm not one of those guys that like to tinker a lot. If I install like a full desktop environment, something like KDE or XFCE or something, usually I'm just going to run it the way it came out of the box. So, you know, no extreme customization. You know, I'm just using like the default Breeze Plasma theme, the Breeze icon theme. You know, I'm not installing, you know, a lot of extra stuff for that. I'm just rolling basically with what was already on here. All in all, I've loved my time so far living in Manjaro KDE on my physical hardware. So, again, day 5 now in the books, 5 days in. I'll probably keep doing these, you know, on my Manjaro KDE journey as it goes along. Maybe in a week or two I'll do another one, maybe a month. I don't know. Won't be a every few days kind of thing, because there won't be much more to discuss. Once you have it set up, you know, it's pretty set up. So anyway, peace guys.